I'm not really sure what I should say or how I should say it.
Say it how you feel it. As long as it's genuine, viewers will see that and won't be judgmental.
You're not going to make me look like a pervert, are you?
Of course not, JP. We have your best interest at heart. We just want to tell your story. So, when did it start?
Where indeed? Well, it was about 2 years ago. I had just split up from my wife. You know, we had been together since high school, 6 years in all. I was devastated. If truth be known, she left me, saying the spark had gone. What fucking spark? Did she need a husband who would jumpstart her every fucking morning? Anyway, I spiraled out of control.
Can you clarify what you mean by out of control?
Every night, I was going out trying to pick up women, but ended up getting drunk instead, just to cope with the rejection. Occasionally, I would get lucky and sleep with someone who was equally drunk. Ah, man, the clarity of sobering up in the morning would always reveal someone more hideous than I could ever imagine. You know, I even considered chewing my own arm off once so I wouldn't wake one of them. No offense meant if you're watching this.
So, what happened next?
One night, I was so drunk and so desperate, I ended up getting into a fight, just to get into a girl's pants. Turns out she had a boyfriend, who was also the bouncer at the nightclub. Man, I was beaten to a bloody pulp. That night, while I was sitting at home with an ice pack over each eye, I sobered up and realized that something had to change. As it stood, they held all the cards. I needed to learn how to get the women I wanted. Just being myself wasn't working.
What did you do?
Well, the internet was my salvation. I searched the internet for all the information available on how women think and how to interact with them, and I couldn't believe how little I knew about women and what pushes their buttons. After 3 months of swatting, I thought I was ready.
So, how did your first pickups go?
It was a disaster. I was blown out of the water every time.
Go on.
I had neglected to address my biggest fear, which was approaching women. Theory was just that. The only way to learn this stuff was to practice it. I made a conscious decision to approach women at every opportunity to get over my fear. I would talk to them about anything, the book they were reading, the weather, the smell of paint drying, anything at all to start a conversation. I even started a website called afriendlyworld.org as an excuse to speak to women. Once my confidence had grown, I hit the nightclubs. I went out every night for a month, and after each night of trying, I would hold a post-mortem about what went right and what went wrong. These post-mortems highlighted that I needed to change certain aspects about myself. I spent another month analysing and fixing my body language, speech patterns and gait. A metamorphosis was taking place. A new me was emerging.
And?
As my self-confidence grew, my success with women increased, which of course increased my self-confidence. I had created a snowball effect, a success loop if you will, and I was the prize, not them. Pretty soon I was able to chat up any woman. I no longer had approach anxiety, and I was doing it 100% sober, so it was all 100% me.
What's your secret?
Believe it or not, women love to be teased and enjoy verbal sparring. It acts like a kind of foreplay as it stimulates their minds. Men are turned on by physical things, while women are turned on by mental things. The more beautiful the girl, the more teasing required. I'm talking about playful teasing here, not beratement or rudeness.
Why do the more beautiful girls require more teasing?
Come on, Keith, use your big head instead of your little head. They are used to the attention. So if you are just another guy who comes up and says, "Wow, you're gorgeous," she's heard it all before. Dare to be different and spontaneous, and you will reap the rewards. Soon I was sleeping with 3 to 4 girls a week. I was like a spaceship, and women could not escape my attraction beam.
Sounds like you had it made.
Not quite. Over time, it became like a drug. I no longer saw women, but chat-up opportunities. After a year and a half of this, I realized that even though I had plenty of girlfriends and fuck buddies, that I was essentially lonely. From that point on, I have been searching for my life partner. With the skills I had acquired, I knew she would not get away from me. And now, I think I've found the one. the one, the one, the one, the one.
So, how have you been?
Really good, but nervous about tonight's broadcast. This changed my life, you know.
There is nothing to be nervous about. Our editors are some of the best in the business. Here we go.
Today we cover the latest news about the drug ice. Methamphetamine is popularly shortened to crystal meth or ice. Users may exhibit sexually compulsive behavior whilst under the influence, and due to producing euphoric effects is said to be more addictive than crack. This disregard for the potential dangers of unprotected sex or other reckless sexual behavior may contribute to the spread of sexually transmitted diseases or the need to have sex with anything or anyone. Effects reported by methamphetamine users include an increase in the need and urgency for sex, the ability to have sex for extended periods of time, and an inability to reach orgasm, thereby increasing sexual frustration. We speak to one user who is not ashamed to talk to us about his addiction.
So, when did it start?
Where indeed? Well, it was about 2 years ago. I had just split up from my wife. Anyway, I spiraled out of control. A drug. I no longer saw women, but fuck buddy opportunity.
And?
Come on, Keith. Use your big head instead of your little head. Soon I was fucking with 3 to 4 girls every fucking morning. This changed my life, you know. What the fuck have you done? I'm ruined.
When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in